Assalamu alaikum. Good morning and welcome to Grow Big School online classes. I hope children you are well by the grace of God. As for me, I am fine. Before I continue, I would like to give you some instructions. This is our second lesson and second class going on. Okay. So when I complete this chapter by the end of this session, you will be this class I'll be sending you PDFs of question answers, new words, okay, that you'll be writing in your notebooks, science notebooks. If you don't have science notebooks, you will copy it in your rough books. Okay. Next thing is that all the objective questions, that is fill ups, true, false, match the column, and tick the correct answer. These questions of the book, course book, you will do on your own. Okay, you will take the pics and post to me on my personal number. Today is 21 April. Inshallah, you'll be sending me before 27 April. Okay, class 5, class 4, you have you have sent me your PWs, but still few students are remaining. I don't understand why you are not sending. You know, these PWs, what you're doing at home, these lessons, what we are teaching at present, will not teach you again. Okay, when the school reopens, inshallah, we'll be taking your UT ones. And after completing this chapter, in my next class, I'll be taking a test. So kindly learn the question answers, learn the work, do the PWs carefully. So let us begin. We were doing in my last class, I have started adaptations for survival in plants. Lesson number 2, and we are going to continue with the second part. But before continuing, let's have a recall. So children, we were talking about, of course, plants. The natural surrounding in which a living thing, that is animal or plant, lives, feeds and reproduces is called a habitat. So basically first you should know what is a habitat. What is a habitat? Yes, the region where a living thing lives or grows naturally is called its habitat. Okay children. So first of all, habitats are of how many types? We will be, I have taught you earlier in my earlier class. Yes. First of all, we are learning about plants. So there are terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants. What are they? Plants that grow on land are known as terrestrial plants. For example, those mango tree, people tree. Okay. They are all terrestrial plants. Now, plants adapted to grow in plains. So those plants which grow in plains, okay, that is, in plains the climate is warm to hot in summer and cold in winter. As I have explained you in my last class, the trees growing here have many branches. Okay, these trees shed their leaves in autumn and bear new leaves in spring. Yes, so plains are wide and fairly warm regions. Okay, plants growing in plains include vegetables, fruits, cereals, and other crops. Plants adapted to grow in deserts. A desert is a very dry region. Okay, the days in these regions, in deserts, are very hot. They have an extreme climate here. Days are very hot, and nights are cold. Okay, days are hot, nights are cold. Plants living in such plants living in these regions, okay, survive with the least amount of water. They survive with the least amount of water. Okay. Plants adapted to grow on hills. Okay. Trees like, for example, fir, pine, cedar grow in hilly areas or mountains. You know, the climate in such places is cold and snowfall is frequent in hills I'm talking about and mountains. Okay. The plants that grow on mountains and hills get ample of sunlight and rain. And you can find Nilgiri plants growing on the hills. And you know about Nilgiri plants. It is said that Nilgiri plants, the bloom of flowers, they bloom once in 12 years. So it's a fact. Okay. Plants adapted to grow in marshy places. You know, the plants which grow in marshy places, the soil is very sticky but not always plain. थोड़ा sticky होता है, मडी मडी होता है. आप पैर रखेंगे तो वो आपका पैर धंस जाएगा अंदर. इतना soft और sticky होता है वो. It has the high salt content. And you know, because of this specialty, the water, okay, therefore holds water for a long time. The plants that grow in marshy areas are called mangroves. Okay. So plants adapted to grow in coastal areas. This was the last topic we have covered in our last class. Okay. Coastal areas have hot and wet climate. Trees in these areas are adapted to grow in presence of salty water. Plants like coconut, teak, rubber, and rubber grow well here. So this was the topics we have covered in our last class, and now to continue the chapter, to begin with the second part of the chapter, let us continue. So we are going to learn about now. See, we have learned plants growing on land. Okay, that is terrestrial plants. Now let's learn about aquatic plants. What are aquatic plants? Aquatic plants are plants that grow in or near water. Okay, the word aquatic is derived from the Latin word for water, aqua. Okay, you know, children, as I told you that these plants, they grow near or they grow in or near water. So mostly these plants grow in water. Okay, you know, some you may get confused in water plants and corals. ठीक है, जब आप नीचे का पिक्चर देखते हैं अंडर वाटर, ठीक है, नीचे अंडर वाटर, you know, on the seabeds there are corals also, and corals are animals, not plants. Okay, but that is a different thing, because underwater there are like it's a complete different world. Okay, animals as well as animals as well as plants live underwater. Okay, and as one of my student has asked me when he went through the first class, class 1, that is part 1 of this chapter, he had some confusion, okay, about corals and algae. Okay, algae, can you see the picture on your screen? Wait, I'll just put the arrow there so that you can see here. See this. This is algae, and it is a plant. It grows on the surface of the water. Okay, water body. On the surface of the water body. This is green algae, and it's a plant. This algae is found in the water also. Here it is showing on the water body. Okay, it's found in the water also. So let us learn about the aquatic plants now. These plants, you know, are mainly of 3 types. And what are they? Yes, they are floating plants, fixed plants, underwater plants, that is submerged plant. in the water. Okay, so let us discuss about this in details. Floating plants. Okay, floating plants. What are floating plants? Some aquatic plants float freely on the surface of the water body they grow in. Okay, water hyacinth, water lettuce, and duckweed are the examples of such plants. They are there on your screens. I have put the pictures. Can you see them? Yes. Okay. Uh, they are light and spongy to facilitate floating. Okay. Floating leaves, uh, they have fibrous roots as well. Okay, fibrous roots. Those roots are not grown deep down, but they have fibrous so that they can float. And floating leaves also performs. You know, floating leaves. You can see them leaves. They are green in color, and leaves are always green in color when they perform. Yes, what? Photosynthesis. Okay. These plants have floating leaves which perform photosynthesis by trapping sunlight and carbon dioxide. Okay. Chlorophyll is present in the upper surface of the leaf. Okay. As this is the only portion which is exposed to sunlight. Next. Okay. Fixed plants. Lotus and water lily. Lotus and water lily are the two examples of fixed plants. These they are called so. Why they are called fixed plants? Why? Because their roots are fixed to the bottom of the pond. Their stems are long, hollow, light, and flexible. Why so? So that they can grow in the direction of the water flowing. Okay, and they can bend, but they cannot break. Okay, they don't break. They can bend. They can bend easily with the waves of the water, but do not get uprooted. Uprooted means they don't break. Okay, their leaves float on water surface. Okay, underwater plants. Plants that grow underwater or are completely submerged in water are called underwater plants. ठीक है? Plants जो ऊपर surface पे होते हैं या फिर जो no sorry plants which are completely submerged मतलब वो plants जो बिल्कुल पानी के अंदर डूबे रहते हैं. हाँ, plants that grow underwater are completely submerged in water are called underwater plants. These plants are fixed in the muddy soil, deep in the muddy soil. Okay. Again here, they have thin ribbon-like narrow leaves. They absorb carbon dioxide given out by the aquatic animals. As I've told you, the animals also live in the sea, in the deep sea. Okay, they absorb carbon dioxide given out by the aquatic animals through their body surface to prepare food. Okay. So this was about underwater plants. And example are hydrilla, pondweed, and tape grass. This is the picture to the left is the hydrilla and picture to the right is pondweed. Okay. Now let's learn about some non-green plants. Some non-green plants. So some non-green plants are mushroom. Okay. Mushroom. Okay. They are non-green. They are white or they can be red also. Okay. Mushroom, mold. The pictures are given there. Okay. they cannot make their own food. Because why? Because there is lack of chlorophyll. As I have told you, for making preparing food, chlorophyll is the very important part, because it impart green color to the plant. And if chlorophyll is not there, fine, that green part is not there, right? So they are called non-green plants. Color is not there, na? They're not getting the color. And color is the special, to get the color, plants need chlorophyll. Here in non-green plants, there is lack of chlorophyll. They cannot make their own food. Okay, they absorb food from other sources. So these are non-green plants. Now let's learn about some unusual but amazingly interesting plants. You will see the picture, you will enjoy it. You will like it. Okay. So what's this? Can you see the GIF here? This plant is called Venus flytrap. Okay. And this plant on the picture on the right side is the, yes, pitcher plant. Okay. Plants, well, there are some unusual plants like Venus flytrap, okay, sundew and pitcher plant. And these plants, they eat insects like spiders, mites, and rodents. They are also called insectivorous plants. They have certain special features that helps them to trap their prey. The leaves are of a Venus. Let's talk about the Venus flytrap. Okay, their leaves are modified to capture insects. Can you see it? See, their leaves are modified naturally. The Almighty has made their leaves as such that they can trap an insect that fly. Can you see it? It is trapped inside. Okay. And the leaf tip of a pitcher plant. Can you see the pitcher plant here? Okay, there is a leaf here. Leaf tip means like a lid. जैसे एक किसी चीज का कवर होता है ना, lid होता है कवर करने के लिए. Okay. So the leaf tip is modified to form a lid which can open and close the mouth of the pitcher. Once an insect enters the pitcher, the lid closes and the insect gets trapped inside. So these are the special features of these plants. Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. They are unusual but amazingly interesting plants. So children, with this, we come to the end of the session. Okay. Now, on page number 18, you have fill-ups, fill in the blanks, take the correct answer. Okay. And the web chart. Web chart, if this, all these three, that is A, B, C of exercise time, do and learn, is A part. Complete the following web charts. This you have to do on your own. Question and answers and new words. I'll be making a PDF and sending you soon. I hope you have understood and found the topic very interesting. Enjoyed this lesson. Please watch the video again and again. Try to understand and learn the chapter. Thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye.